Election fraud is now ready to go in Connecticut. And I just add parenthetically that it was a Mr. John Malazzi who got convicted on 28 counts of election fraud, or voter fraud, as the case may be. So it gives the false impression that this issue has been dealt with. The way to put this is, if he was caught, who has not been caught yet, right? Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Court Ratnowski, publisher of Yankee T News, and with the erstwhile sponsorship of the Greenwich Stamford Tea Party Patriots, here we are. So it is Monday, October 3rd, 2022, the year of our Lord. I just want to start by saying I still believe in God, I still believe in Jesus, I still believe in America. But tonight's clue is departicipation. You might want to look it up. Departicipation is the concept of slowly but gradually taking away your rights, my rights, in order to, quote, participate civically in the political life of America. Lenin loved the concept of departicipation, and I hate to say it, so did Teddy Roosevelt. Departicipation. It's a little hard to find information on this, but if you look and persist, you will. Starting with calls to action, there's an important thing going on that I need to bring up. In Stamford, we have the Glenbrook Community Center. The Board of Reps is supposed to hold a meeting and vote on it. It might be tonight, it might be tomorrow night, I'm not sure. But here's the critical information: the phone number and the email with which to contact the Stamford Board of Reps and tell them what you think about preserving the Glenbrook Community Center. The mayor's plan is a horrible plan. It's a greedy plan for a couple of her buddy real estate developers. And everybody's misrepresenting the figures. Michael Battinelli is the one who's got a real grip on the situation. And by the way, he's running for state senate. Okay, Yankee T News, please go there and like, subscribe, donate, and buy our stuff. And don't forget SallyFingsContinentalTribune.com. So, okay, story number one. Election fraud is now ready to go in Connecticut. And I just add parenthetically that it was a Mr. John Malazzi who got convicted on 28 counts of election fraud, or voter fraud, as the case may be. So it gives the false impression that this issue has been dealt with. The way to put this is, if he was caught, who has not been caught yet. And in Connecticut's case, it promises to get a lot worse. So I'll just hold up the article. The link is, go see. Okay, what has happened is that the state of Connecticut now allows organizations, campaigns, to get as many absentee ballots as they want for their campaign and to mail them out, wait for it, dramatic pause, drum roll, unsolicited, okay? You cannot tell me that there will be no fraud. You cannot tell me that people are going to run their own operations here where they're going to exploit the voter rolls and do other things and use these absentee ballots to do it. I can only hope and pray that there's a system in place to catch these creeps and prosecute them. The problem is none exists right now. Fact check. How true are LAMONT and STEFANOWSKI's counterclaims against each other? So I'm just going to pull, rather than get into the weeds, I'm just going to use one quick quote here. If a Democratic voter researched the truth, they might vote for a Republican and vice versa. These campaign consultants are highly trained in the art of manufacturing half-truths and misleading statements. That's why many of these people are good at it. If it wasn't working, they wouldn't do it. Number 3, Connecticut's economy shrank in the April to June period, a blaring wake-up call to officials of all political parties. Okay, I love the way they set this up. Again, we have to remind you that the Democrats have controlled the legislature for a very long time. Depending upon who you're talking to, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, it's been one-party rule. They've controlled the purse strings. They're the ones who pass the bills that have made Connecticut less and less attractive to businesses, the reason why other businesses won't come. And don't forget, by the way, Senator Blumenthal, who, when he was Attorney General, sued tens of thousands of businesses. If anything says don't come to Connecticut, it's the state's Attorney General suing businesses left and right. Again, just one piece here. Connecticut's economy shrank by 4.7% on an annual basis in the 3 months ending June 30th. Okay, wrong. Connecticut's economy has been shrinking for a much longer time. That's the first problem. The second problem is that the Connecticut economy has grown at a slower rate relative to the rest of the nation for upwards of 10 years, okay? So we're becoming an economic backwater, but they just focus on a short period of time and they don't look at the bigger picture. Victor David Hansen, Pushing the Envelope in the Ukraine. This piece is mostly a review of recent events, but I think the important point here, and one that really is worth revisiting, yes, it's obvious that what's happened with respect to energy and the blowing up of the Nord Stream 2 pipeline are critical events with respect to what's happening here, but there's another level to go down to, and that's why you need to read his article concerning the role of energy in this ongoing conflict. We have not seen the worst yet, okay? At least with respect to the role that energy plays in the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. However, the other bad actor in this story are the Greens in Germany, okay? They continue to fight, for example, restarting the nuclear power plants. Germany may be forced to do it. By not having enough natural gas to run industry, there are going to be some serious problems, and that's an understatement. So just quickly to read this, European leaders, however, who won over the American left to their ritual, cannibalistic, green policies now reverse course and beg the United States to drill all the hot burning natural gas that they can export. How screwed up in the head do these people have to be? How comes the October surprise? Everybody knows it's coming. It's going to be something. A false flag event, a fake scandal, who knows what it's going to be. But they are just, yes, so here it is. I mean, the article's a little cheeky in the way that they talk about this, but I think it's important to spend the time reflecting on just the types of things that could be done to create an October surprise, hence this article. Can it get any worse for the FBI? Yeah, I think it could. So here's the thing. I'm just going to read the headline right here. Search warrant the FBI used to get Mike Lindell's cell phone is under dispute. The Department of Justice will not confirm that the affidavit is true and correct. Now, in the links that we put up, we have a link to the actual affidavit that Mike Lindell's lawyers filed. But the problem is there's the warrant, but the FBI, the Department of Justice will say, oh yeah, that's the warrant we use. No, they won't say that. They won't say it. So where's the warrant you use, guys? We ain't talking. That's just unbelievable. Newly obtained emails shed light on CDC's false vaccine safety monitoring statements. The problem here is that the CDC has been shifting back and forth in terms of their comments about what are called PRRs. So a PRR is a proportional reporting ratio on adverse events from the vaccines. And, you know, I'm still trying to get this sorted out myself. But I think from the comments in this article, again, go to the link, it makes clear that at the very least, the CDC is not being straightforward, okay? That's the bare minimum here. So what are the facts? What are they really doing? What are they really planning on doing? What have they really done? What have they not really done? We'd love to know. The Inflationary Reduction Act, we know is a scam. But now as we take a closer look at it, it's an even bigger scam than we thought. And it's clearly a tool. As the article says here, they're redistributing wealth, not fighting inflation. So in other words, by having more money printed okay, for more purposes, and this attempt to use the money to create a bailout for student loans is just their way of trying to buy votes. Again, how many times have we seen this before? Okay, and how many times are people going to let themselves be fooled? Does America have a two-tiered justice system? The percentage of people who said yes definitely went up a bit. Now, before Mar-a-Lago, it was, let's see here, 63%. After Mar-a-Lago, 71% who say that, yep, there's no justice in this country, it's two-tiered. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Connecticut, Commie of the Week, Connecticut, Commie of the Week, Kathleen Cooper. Okay, Kathleen Cooper, again, is sort of a minor player in this drama. So you have what's called the American, it's AFSCME, A-F-S-C-M-E, State, County, and Municipal, American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, government workers unionized. And so she runs Council 4 for Greater Hartford. And she's a representative and organizer for this government-run union. And wouldn't you know it, also a communist. And for all you commie watchers out there, someone else to do some homework on, maybe even contact her and take her out to coffee. All right, so that's it for now. Thank you very much, and until next week. Bye.